I'm Edie Lush, Executive Editor at Hub Culture, and we are here in Davos 2026, here with Olivier Oullier. How are you?
I'm great, Edie. Thank you so much for having me once again.
Absolutely. Well, I want to know, first of all, why a nice French guy was in charge of the AI programming at USA House in Davos this week.
Well, the fact that I'm French is one thing, but I think the most important thing is I am a scientist. And they were interested in having a scientist with a bit of experience of a World Economic Forum and this international platform provide some guidance on who to invite and how to create a program that is dedicated to AI and business, similarly to what we ran outside the USA House last year here in Davos.
So talk about what you managed to bring to the AI programming, because you got some incredible people. I imagine maybe with the help of the White House.
It is great first to be in Davos because you know that you got a lot of leaders from the industry, from the scientific world, and from policymaking. But it's true that being the official USA House allowed us to have Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, starting the program with the guys from the All In podcast.
Amazing.
And a bit later, David Sachs, who is the IXR at the White House, Michael Krasios, who's in charge of the Office of Science and Technology. We had the CEO of Qualcomm, CEO of MasterCard. It was very varied. Jack Hidary from Sandbox AQ. And I had total freedom with my team to organize the program so that we could go from the industry to academia. We had Eric Shin, the president of the Mohammed bin Zayed University of Artificial Intelligence in Abu Dhabi. It went from critical minerals to energy to products, the buzzwords. We try to cover as much as possible in order for people to leave the room with concrete cases and insights on how to best leverage AI moving forward.
So it's all about deployment now. Give me some examples that maybe surprised you about how far we're seeing AI deployed.
I think part of what happened last year, the buzzword was agentic AI. Agents were everywhere in the conversation.
Crawling all over the promenade.
Yeah. This year, agents are all over the place, in the workplace actually. When it comes to their deployment, you can see job descriptions where people are asked to have the skills to manage AI agents. It's a reality. That's one thing.
That's interesting already.
Yes. The other thing is the fact that AI is no longer just a matter of science and technology. It's also a matter of geopolitics. And when you've got a lot of conversations on energy, critical minerals, then it collides with the overall geopolitical agenda that was discussed here.
Absolutely. Talk a little bit about how science has come back onto the agenda at the World Economic Forum, both within the Congress Center and on the promenade.
Yes, I am first and foremost a scientist. And for me, it makes me very, very happy to see that there is a huge comeback of science, not only in conversations, but also in business. We have witnessed, unfortunately, over the past years, a tendency for people's uninformed opinions to have more weight than scientific or medical facts. And because of what happened within the Congress Center, but also thanks to Frontiers, who's one of the biggest science publishers in the world, who inaugurated the very first science house on the promenade, a lot of scientists from all over the world were able not only to talk about science, but also to interact with people who can fund their research, who could listen to how they would influence policy based on medical and scientific facts. And for me, beyond the work done at the official USA House, my highlight was to be able to speak about brain-computer interfaces and neuroadaptive AI, which is the work I'm doing both as a scientist and an entrepreneur at the Science House.
And of course, Elon Musk was here, and he has brought the world's attention towards some of your work.
Absolutely. And the forum decided to program him right at the moment I was speaking about brain-computer
so
interface
unfair.
to him. Yeah, I'm sorry, Elon. Really sorry. But regardless of what people can think about Elon in terms of his political opinions, etc., as a neuroscientist, someone who spent decades working on brain-computer interfaces, no one knew what this field was until he moved into this industry with Neuralink. My mom knows what I do thanks to Elon Musk.
Excellent. Talk about your new role, because you've moved to Abu Dhabi. It's pretty exciting. I know that the Middle East is at the forefront of artificial intelligence. I spent a lot of time in the region as well. And it's truly exciting how policy, politics, the data, universities, hospitals, all linked into advancing this within the region.
What is extraordinary is the alignment at the country level in the UAE when it comes to artificial intelligence. The tagline is that the UAE are an AI country, but you have to look at the fact that from the very beginning at school, kids are taught AI, and being taught AI, it's not about being taught how to code, how to prompt. It's the next generation of people who are growing will have to live with machines. Human-computer interactions are at the core of our lives. Those kids need to learn to live with machines. I was fortunate enough to be appointed and to have a job at the Mohammed bin Zayed University of Artificial Intelligence, which is the very first university in the world to be fully dedicated to artificial intelligence, and it's going to celebrate its 5th anniversary next week. President Xing, who's built this university from the ground up, the program, everything, the science and beyond, was here, heavily featured at the World Economic Forum. They even announced a partnership between the forum and the university for a center for innovation and the fourth industrial revolution, the next phase. And what I like for me is the reason I moved is also personal, because as you know, I got 4 kids, 3 of them left the nest. And it was also a good timing to discover something new. But more importantly, as a scientist, I've been reading a lot of scientific articles. I've been learning a lot from great scientists all over the world. And I realized that some of the top scientists I've been reading, 5 of them were working at this university. So for me, it was a little bit like joining the NBA.
Right.
Because this university not only is on the forefront of scientific research, but also is upskilling the executives of a country when it comes to embracing AI and leveraging AI to improve quality of care, to improve administration, education, etc. And the last point I wanted to share is the university has released its own reasoning models, its own products, and even what is called the world model, which is the next tendency in AI we heard a lot about, which is to allow AI models to go beyond language, to reason first, but then also to integrate the properties of a world, and then to move from what we do on a daily basis with language into robotics, into what is called physical AI.
AI which is really exciting.
Yeah, that's
and
the next wave.
Medical AI, I think, is also another.
Yeah, absolutely.
Incredibly, which is in the region is super exciting. Olivier, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you once again, and see you next year.
See you next year. I'm Ilash.